What's up everyone, it's Gabbie Trades here and welcome back to the Coin Bureau trading channel. Now, is the bull market over or is it just getting started? That is literally what everyone wants to know so bad. So that's what we're here to find out today. But before we get rolling, you guys know what to do. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new here, welcome, and make sure to hit also the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. So let's see who's in the chat box, you guys. Come on, hurry up and say hi. We have L Carey so far. Good morning, everyone. For everyone that's in the US. So we're gonna jump straight into it and of course start with our usual news reviews. Right, our usual news reviews. CT, hello. Brian Ruda, good morning, everyone. Just come in the chat box because you know I remember your names, you guys, and I can't wait to get to meet all of you over here. All right, so first of all, we're gonna start with the most recent trade tensions heat up that we had. So basically, US is kind of like planning to more curbs on exports to China made with US software. So now that's the new thing on the table coming from the Donald Trump administration. They're clearly reportedly considering to apply these broad exports restrictions on the goods made with US softwares, right, that are going to China. Now, obviously, that is going to be sort of like a retaliation to the China recent controls on rare earth minerals, just like they say over here in the article. But like, when you think about it, the span of goods is like so large. You're thinking about laptops, jet engines, because a lot of the, like pretty much everything you can imagine, or at least what I can imagine, is made with a US software. Right? So the Chinese side actually have already responded to this, and they're saying that they're vowing to defend their interests. And meanwhile, at the exact same time, President Trump goes ahead and says that he still expects to reach a deal with China. Go figure, right? So basically, what can we make out of this? First of all, that's going to mean that the trade and the tech stocks are vulnerable, right? So if those exports actually happen, you think about companies with exposure to China may start facing like some sort of headwinds in terms of like supply chain risks, revenue disruption, you name it. But that uncertainty is definitely going to drive the risk-off sentiment even more for equities, right? Equities might underperform. Safe havens like gold, sovereign bonds, like they could rally. Indeed, gold already is gaining from last night. Right. And then commodities, you're looking at, you know, especially like commodities such as the tech component heavy ones may see some sort of swings because China is a big manufacturer. They're a big consumer as well. So any disruption of these is going to ripple globally, right? So these things are very important. These escalation and that whole decoupling narrative is going to weigh globally, right, on growth expectations, and particularly bad for cyclical assets, right? So the interesting thing is we don't have that much news on okay, hold on one second. We have a disruptor here. We have a disruptor. Stop right now. Stop it. Sorry, my risk is just going crazy, but that's fine. So yeah, basically we don't have that many news on the US besides obviously the CPI is coming in tomorrow, but we're looking at the Canada manufacturing because that advanced indicator actually rebounded at the release, and it jumped with 2.8% in September. After in August, it had a drop with 1%. But pretty much on the retail side, it wasn't looking that good because the preliminary estimate suggested that the sales in Canada have dropped with 0.7%, whereas in August, they had 1% growth. So how is that important? How are we translating this? Like the manufacturing rebound is of course a positive sign because then the factories, you know, are going to be making more, they're going to be selling more, which suggests, you know, that production is picking up, they're doing great. But if the retail side is dropping over there, of course, that is going to be a red flag. That is going to mean that the consumers are pulling back. There is a weaker demand. So again, we've got sort of a mixed picture over here in terms of demand and supply. But the global markets, for the global markets, this is going to mean maybe we need to look at whether globally the demand is weakening as well. Is that dragging on any growth expectations, and are the risk assets potentially going to suffer from that? Potentially, right? From other side, otherwise from that, aside from that, in terms of the broader markets, mega caps or commodities, we had oil that was actually outperforming with 3.3%. Missy, get out of here. So oil was basically outperforming. And why is it important that oil is outperforming? Well, it's important because when what are we expecting tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we're expecting the CPI report. Now, usually when we get a good consumer reading, that's because of how oil performed. So it's very important to note right now that energy is currently performing very, very well here on the day, especially also weak performance is not very bad. In terms of the earnings that we are following, I'm following earnings since we're in the midst of earnings season. Tesla went down a little bit. Netflix, even though it had great numbers, it didn't perform that well. It actually dropped 7%. So yeah, but mostly I'm looking at oil right now because oil is suggesting for us it's going to reflect what are the current supply concerns, right? Is it geopolitical? Is it the trade risk? And what are the inflation expectations? Right, so that's it pretty much on the news side. There is nothing much interesting. Like I said, we're looking at the CPI, very important. Maybe that's going to be the catalyst. Maybe that's finally going to move the market, right? You guys, let me know how are you doing in the chat box. I know that the week is being like very, very, very boring. I understand that, but also understand that when it gets that boring, that is usually when something interesting happens in the market. All right. Okay, cool. So first of all, we're going to start with Bitcoin as usual. You guys also, if you want me to look at any altcoin, make sure to put it in the chat box. And we have around 50 people here. So I will be expecting no less than 50 likes in this live stream in a bit. All right. So let's first kick on with the charts. So last time when we spoke on Tuesday, the expectation for Tuesday was for us to buy, if you remember. So that worked out quite well, right? There was a buy. I told you that I'm long on Tuesday. So the thing about that long was, though, it just immediately rejected as it traveled to resistance, right? The resistance on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, it was all very, very visible. So everyone should have been very, very careful in this long over here because it immediately retraced after that. So what is it telling you? Well, it's telling you that the market is pretty much trying to hold where we wanted it to hold, right? So a lot of people are saying, hey, this is extremely bearish, and they have a massive case. So we're going to look at the bearish scenario. We're going to look at the bullish scenario as well. The thing is, right, I continue to be bullish and I have reasons for that. The people that are bearish have a massive case as well on why they should be bearish. All right. So first of all, the thing is, for my case scenario, I want for price to be holding between 106K Bitcoin and between around 107, right? Between 106, 107, as long as price holds in between these two price levels, I am fine, right? But as soon as price starts dropping, if price starts trading below 106, if we lose 106, like heavily, to me, literally no support until 100K Bitcoin, right? Not only 100K, maybe 99, 98.8. If we lose this line over here, 106K Bitcoin. Now, the reason for that is, like we said, this is a major level, right? We're talking historical levels with multiple rejections, Trump inauguration, blah, 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 previous all-time high, being resistance, confirmed as a support before a new all-time high. And now we broke the level and we quickly snapped back. We quickly snap back and we are trying to protect the level. Okay. Now, so there's multiple problems though with this price action, right? Even on Tuesday, when you look at the very, very recent price action, just look at the candlesticks and how confusing they are. So first of all, you're having this wick up, right? Price immediately retraces back down. And what is it formulating? Well, it's formulating, a bearish engulfing candle. Not only that, you have a follow through after that with a second bearish candle, right? So when you get a bearish engulfing or bullish engulfing, whatever, the next thing you're going to look at is there some sort of follow through, right? So here there was one. And now today we're trying to create a bullish engulfing candle. So that is pretty much signaling that we are holding a range in this area. Okay, so that is the first thing that I'm seeing. Second thing that I didn't see, one of my members on Discord suggested to me that the 200 moving averages are also there. I don't use 200 moving averages, but when you draw them on the chart just to see, it just further validates, good morning, Mark, it just further validates, it's gonna give you another level, and then you're gonna look at this current price action and you'll be like, okay, fine. So we close with a body close. Yes, you guys, make sure to like this video. We close with a massive red candle below the 200, then we confirmed it as support, and then we lost it again. We lost it again on Wednesday, yesterday, right? And then now on Thursday, we're trying to reclaim the level again. It's a complete, utter, nothing burger at the moment. There is a lot of scalps that you can do in this region, you guys, honestly. And I'm going to tell you something. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to control how many likes we have over here before looking at my weird ads over here. So we have 31 likes and 63 people watching. So we need at least 32 more likes to come immediately, you guys. And then I also want to show you under the description box a thing that you've been requesting a lot from me. Finally, my course is out, is down here. You have 40% with the code waitlist40. You can get 40% off on that course just for a month from now, and then it's over. By the way, you requested it, I did it. Make sure to follow all of the my main YouTube channel, whatever. And most importantly is for you to see all of the offers that we have. If you're looking to trade crypto somewhere, Tapbit are going to give you money just for signing up, trading funds just for signing up. So I highly recommend you to check what Coin Bureau has sorted for us over here as yes. Oh my god, you guys. Yeah, so make sure to check the offers and my new course. That's the most important things that we need to be looking at in the description box. The price action, that is, yes, it is utter nonsense. I agree 100%. Okay, so let's look at the bearish case scenario, right? Bearish case scenario, even with recent price action, you're having bearish order floor with bearish retests and continuation. So this is looking like it wants to drop, right? There is no secret. We have absolutely no bullish confirmation besides just holding this level. I actually saw, who is she and why is she still in my feed? Matthew ST, because I am part of the Coin Bureau Trading channel and I'm a trader. And if you're a trader, you probably watch Coin Bureau Trading channel, and I'd highly recommend you to watch my videos if you actually want to learn something, okay? So, okay, cool. The thing about this current price action, it has a lot of bearishness to it, right? We have absolutely no confirmation. And by the way, even when we start trading above levels over here, there is still a lot of resistance for Bitcoin particularly. But we do have a very clear path. If we hold 107, we have a very clear path to at least retest the true month open at around 115k, you guys, which is not too bad, right? That's going to be around 10% move from this region. So that's not too bad at all, but it's going to be the first resistance for the month. And then we're going to face the second resistance in case we trade at around 118k. And of course, we have even bigger resistance at around 120k. All right. So Bitcoin is, for me, is just going to be traded week by week, day by day. So for me, this week, my bias has been bullish. So for me, buys have worked way better than sells throughout this entire week, such as last week when we had our bias bearish rather than bullish. So sells worked out better for us. Does that make sense? All right, cool. Yeah, he probably doesn't really. Anyway, cool. Anyway, you guys, honestly, if you want to turn profitable, go ahead and take the course that I'm selling you, because it's, first of all, I'm selling it because I'm not going to give it for free. I'm not crazy, but it's on a very cheap price. It's not like monthly subscription, nothing like that. It's just small, like, you know, thing that you're giving me to get my knowledge in return. All right. So definitely go check it out. I highly recommend it, you guys, because I worked for it so hard for you to get it in time. So again, I think I'm gonna make a video on the Wyckoff distribution that everyone is scared of for the bearish scenario over here. So I think I'm gonna record that tomorrow, and I'm gonna drop it on the Coin Bureau trading channel for you guys to see on what everyone is on about, but we're not gonna discuss it today. For now, we just need to break our levels and just work with that. All right, Ethereum looks like dog ass right now. You know what that means? It looks very, very bad, right? I personally don't want to be an Ethereum holder anywhere around below 3,980, 3,900. Like this level over here, it doesn't make sense for me, right? It looks absolutely horrible, and yeah, it needs to do a lot of things to prove to me that something is actually working. Because honestly, you guys, on ETH, if we start losing our levels, which is pretty much around this area, there is not much to hold, right? There is not much. If we lose 3,500, 3,300, honestly, there is absolutely nothing holding ETH to drop at around even 2,900 areas, right? So if we lose this level over here, if we lose this wick completely, there is a clear path to 3,000 Ethereum, if not 2,900, if we lose that level. Okay. You are trying to hold at the moment our V-shape retest, our wick retest. So that is the area pretty much matching with sort of like the Bitcoin area that we're looking to hold. So let's see. Technically, Ethereum needs to be stronger than Bitcoin. If price starts, you know, if buys starts to accelerate, technically Ethereum should be the stronger one over here. But again, very important levels, right? We're not making stuff up. This is just levels from back in 2024. If I pull back the chart even before, levels from 2021 September, right? That we've rejected at 3,892, right? Rejection, 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 break, confirmation as support, you know, lower high, and then this sell-off that we're currently seeing right now. All right, Bitcoin is okay. Templat is saying Bitcoin is dangerously close to a critical support near 107,300, such as the price falling 21-day exponential average suggests bearish, not bullish. Yes, I agree. Even though I don't use the moving averages, I think they're very weak. That's my personal opinion as a trader. However, you know, I look at other levels, and most of the times they do match with your moving average levels. So I'm sure you have a very strong case on the bearish scenario. I can see it on the charts, right? I don't need to Trump is speaking at 3 p.m. I actually saw that on Twitter, and yeah, that might be a catalyst again. Is the alt season over? So alts are looking very, very bad at the moment. I have absolutely not a single good thing to say about alts at the moment. Just give me an out, right? Just drop an out in the chat box, and then I'm going to show you exactly why that is. And do you even need to do that? We can go to XRP, for example. Rejection, rejection, exactly like dating life. Oh my God. Yeah. So, all right, you're simple. First example, right? You're looking at XRP. You have a major level, right? This is your major level, 2.58. Look at 2.58. You break it nicely over here. Let's just start doing some drawing. This is your level, right? Over here, 2.5. You break it nicely, right? Then price is holding nicely above daily support. You lose daily support, you lose the massive level, you make a huge liquidation wick down here, and then all you've been doing is you confirming this area as resistance right now, and you're trading below it, right? Yeah, maybe price is holding in a buy zone from you know, the buy zone that's in between $2.4 and $2.2. Yes, maybe you're holding that level right now, maybe, but how are you gonna build? Can you build an actual trading plan looking at this current price action? Because I personally can't. Like, where are you going to put your stop loss, right? I mean, you can potentially, you have a lot of places. The 0.5 is here, which is $2 that should hold, but then, you know, it's just, you know, it's very difficult. Like earlier on my live stream, and again, you guys, I told you, make sure to follow my main YouTube channel, make sure to follow all of the offers. Tabbit is giving you free money just by registering, I think $150 just by registering for you to trade with. In case you're out of cash, like on the liquidation, you may make use of that, honestly. And again, change the trading course because I did it for you guys and I want to see that you want it. Otherwise, I'll be just heartbroken. Okay, THETA, we can see the THETA. 1 second. By the way, did we look at Solana, guys? I actually lost track. But yeah, I think we just started looking at Solana. We're going to continue in a second. THETA. Okay, fine. You are at a weekly level. Yeah, you are at a weekly level, which is 0.5608. Currently trading slightly below it. Okay, currently trading slightly below it. On a weekly time frame, I guess kind of important that you close the week above the level. So I'll definitely consider that as something. So right now you might be simply having a case of another manipulation to the downside, and maybe this weekly candle is going to turn bullish. You do have sort of a case, but I'm asking you genuinely, where are you going to put your stop loss? You have 62% wick. Where are you going to put your stop loss? Right? I mean, let's look at some other levels before that. Because of that wick is just virtually close to impossible, right? But yeah, you do have some sort of, you know, you have a, you know, a bullish fair value gap over here. I guess it is kind of respected for now, but that to me is not enough. If this thing has upside potential, by the way, let's have a look at it. If there is any, yeah, maybe 1.6 on a weekly. Let's have a look at weekly because I've marked this high. Yeah, so definitely, right? Maybe if everything goes, if the bull market starts, I'd say a high chance on this that you can get like around $3.8. Maybe not 4, but 3.8 for sure. Weekly time frame, double liquidity. This is with my indicators. Again, guys, go and grab them, right? Oh, they're not in the description box. Well, you can find them on my YouTube bio, whatever, if you're looking for my indicators. But double liquidity formation, usually if everything is fine, if everything trades like normal and not like crazy, I would consider, you know, double liquidity to be targeted in a similar way like that. Okay, but yeah, I like that price is trying to hold above the weekly support. That's very important. So there is a chance that this week we might turn bullish over here. But honestly, you guys, if you want to be more conservative, if you don't want to risk too much, I'd say, for example, for THETA, you are looking for price to break at least 0.7331. Right, at least break 0.7331 with a weekly candle close on a weekly time frame. Then we can talk. All right, then we can have a little bit of conversation about where these things are going. Did someone say did someone talk about this coin? Are you guys more trading or holding spot positions? Yeah, I can't tell you what's happening in the chat, but I think in the chat a lot of people are doing spots. I don't know if there's that many traders. I personally trade every day. I trade the traditional markets. I trade crypto as well. Now we're gonna go. I can show you actually my trades yesterday on gold. But for KETA, I think someone mentioned KETA. This is not bad. It's actually up 15% on the day. Yeah, daily time frame, I would say it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's actually not looking too bad. You could potentially construct a trading plan on this, potentially. And it's looking good. I think maybe retest of 1.2. Yeah, so then you're probably looking, you know, if that was me looking for re-entries, depending on how everything trades, I'll probably look to come back somewhere at the support. So 0.43607 on that. And then my stop loss will definitely have to be below the low somewhere, actually. Second entry, I could potentially get at 0.35227. I think it's going to be another good entry. So let me mark it, actually. That's going to be here and here for potential retest. I'll be looking for something like that, right? I think that'd be something I'm willing to look at for KETA. Anyway, did you have any other requests, you guys? Any other altcoins, or are you like completely bored of altcoins? Which I totally get. That is why I made the video on CoinBureau channel for you guys, talking about the ETFs. And I truly believe that the coins that have some sort of potential for ETF approval, they're probably gonna run, I don't know, maybe you name it, right? Binance coins, CZ, I mean, doing quite well. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're buddies, you know, CZ, Tron, like all the gang, they're friends, you know, the club. ETH BTC at the moment, again in a support zone, maybe retest down to 0.03464. That's possible. I'm gonna watch out for this area down here for a reaction. Hopefully we're gonna get that. If we don't get that, straight road to 0.03188, like literally nothing else to look out for if we don't hold this level on ETH BTC, you guys. All right. We quickly mentioned Solana here while we're still together. For Sol, I really don't like the fact that Sol is trading below $200 right now. In fact, I absolutely hate it. So yeah, it's at a major zone for me. I need way more confirmation for this, at least start trading above $200 on Sol, right? Because if we start losing these levels, I think it's going to be sort of like, you know, a straight road to 162 if we start failing miserably, right? And if we start gaining, first stop is going to be 214 over here. So that's for the bullish scenario. All right. But also don't forget, right? One thing that's worth mentioning, in my opinion, as well, it's like when you're looking at a range like that, usually there will be some sort of manipulation out of this range. So, you know, a case of manipulation to the downside is quite possible as well. Okay. Could you do World? They have aggressive releasing tokenomics, but demand seems to blow up. Yeah, okay, great. Tokenomics, love to see that. Hold on, crypto. I mean, this is horrible. Like, the only good thing is that we have our, you know, our liquidity up here. We were hoping for price to retrace down. I guess that didn't happen last time we were looking at it. Let's have a look. Is that what? Yes, that's what we were hoping for. Extremely disappointing. One of the coins that disappoint me completely because it pretty much invalidated my range over here. So I don't know. It invalidated my range, but it didn't have a body close. It just wicked it. So it's kind of annoying as hell. And yeah, I mean, look at all those like 12-hourly supports that it's currently trading at. You can even draw them here. Okay, so this is pretty much the levels that you want to break / lose for you to get a bit more clarity. That's on a 12-hourly, on a daily. On a daily, it looks even, you know, even worse. So on a daily, you have 2 levels. So these upper thresholds, let's forget about them actually, because they don't matter until price gets there. So essentially, these are your 2 levels on world, right? That you want to hold. One is 0.77, another one is 0.83. 0.83 you're currently trying to hold for dear life, then potential retest 0.77, then maybe gamble time, you know, gamble time, because for me this is not really, again, look at the wick. What am I supposed to do with that wick, right? Like, where am I supposed to put my stop loss at a 70% wick? Hi, I am new here. I just got into the world of crypto trading again. I'm not looking to flip 50 to 10 matter of days, but I want to understand and gain stuff over time, 1 to 3 years. Any recommendations? I told you, Annie, honestly, like, first of all, I just released my course, so go and get it. You have 40% discount. The code is waitlist40. You get 40% discount on that. I made it for you guys, so you start understanding. The second thing you can do is, obviously, if you're looking for a trading account, you can sign up with TapBit, because they're going to give you a bonus, immediate over $100 deposit bonus just for registering, which is always extra and it's nice to have. So these are the toolkits that I have here to help you get on your journey, right? And of course, sign up for my main YouTube channel, because that's where you have more information and more of the videos of how I trade, which I've helped a lot of people with that. So yeah, this is what I'd say. Now, going back to world, you guys, 70% wick. Extremely hard to construct a trading plan over here, but these are the supports. If price drops down and retest these supports, maybe you can you know, potentially consider some sort of leverage play. That's it. Hello, Zulawan. Hello, Satoshi. What is your trading strategy? I use a lot of things in my trading, but I've managed to put them all in the trading course. So that's where you're gonna get it. You're not gonna get it for free just like that here on YouTube, because you are free folders. What do you call them actually? I don't know. But anyway, so, but you know, regardless of how bad it looks on a daily time frame, you have 2.2 that could be a good target on world. And anything above that, I think for me, quite risky, to be fair, honestly, because the range has been traded below. So yeah, I'd probably look at $2.2 and call it a day. I don't see anything else. Let's have a look on the weekly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna be extremely conservative, unless things start breaking, right? Unless things start breaking. For world on a weekly time frame, honestly, like, the confirmations are so high, I don't even want to tell you where they are. They're so high. But the first conservative break has to happen at $1.28 before I start gaining any you know, any trust in world at the moment. But yeah, in terms of TradFi, I haven't done anything today, but yesterday I had 2 small trades on gold. This was very annoying. I kept this actually because I want to show you as well. It's a good lesson, right? So over here, I was very stubborn to take my profit up here at this block, right? I wanted to take profits up here, and then price traded up and didn't take my profits for like 2 points. And then price started reversing, and I was like, no, it has to hit my take profit. And then it just retraced me all the way back at break even, to which then I got angry and I re-entered down here because I was sure price is going to reverse in this area. But what I did over here is, actually, I did good in the second trade because I did close profits when I said I'm going to close profits, even though I saw the liquidity. This one up here, this is with my indicator. So once I see a formation like that, for me, price is you know, extremely likely to take that area, which price is currently doing at the moment. Okay, so instead of taking 1 to 7 risk reward, I closed at 1 to almost 3 or something. 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward. But anyway, this is what happens sometimes. Trading is hard, you guys, honestly. Crazy how record liquidations damage the market. Yeah, blame it on the big dogs. I'm not gonna call them out, but yeah. What is your views on useless coin? You have to give me a ticker because I don't even know what that is, honestly, to be fair. I think you guys, this is it. So I hope you understand the plan for Bitcoin. Make sure to like this video. You guys always maybe leave a comment below the video. That also helps a lot. Check out everything, all the offers that Coin Bureau has for you down here. Tap it, free money just on registration. Follow my main YouTube channel. Check out the course. Waitlist40 is your code for 40% discount. This is all I'm gonna say, you guys. And again, wish you very careful trading. Be careful. Follow my live streams because I have been giving you extreme alpha non-stop, you guys, since I started on here, and hardly, I don't even remember if I've given you wrong directional bias for the week and trading plan. So I hope you like that. I hope you appreciate that. And I'm planning to see you guys in the next one, which is next Tuesday. Be there. Don't miss out. See you guys in the next one.